Hi, and welcome to this construction video. In this video, we are going to construct a square. Now, if that's all the information that we've been given, then we get to kind of pick and choose what we're doing and how we're doing it. So I'm going to make a line segment that is our square, but I'm going to actually extend it. So I'm going to make a line, and I am going to, on this line, create a segment using 2 points, and I'll call those A and B. And this segment AB is going to be one side of the square. Now we have to think about what we know about squares. We know that in squares, all sides are perpendicular to each other. So what I want to do is I want to create a line that goes through A, that crosses A at a right angle. I also want to make a line that goes through B at a right angle, and then I need to make sure that I copy that segment. So first thing, let's create a perpendicular through A. So in order to create a perpendicular through A, hopefully you watched that video, we're going to open our compass. We're going to put the point on A. We're going to mark a distance from A that is congruent on either side. So I'm going to swing my arc over here as well. And I'm going to get that on either side. And then those points are equidistant from A. I'm going to open my compass a little bit bigger so that I can get my perpendicular. I'm going to swing an arc above A and below A, right? Because those are going to be equidistant from this intersection. I'm going to go back over to my other arc mark, and I'm going to swing an arc here above A and below A. Now what I've just created, I've created 2 points that are equidistant from the endpoints of this segment. Therefore, they have to lie on the perpendicular bisector of this segment. A is the midpoint because these 2 arcs are equidistant from A, so A must also lie on that perpendicular bisector. So, I am going to draw my line through A, okay? And we know this is perpendicular because this line is a perpendicular bisector of this segment, okay? Now, I can do the same thing with B. So here's where you got to kind of keep track of your arc marks. I'm going to do an arc here, an arc on the other side of B, and then I'm going to make swing arcs. I've got to open my compass a little bit above B and below B. You got to remember we're using this one that's a little bit closer. We're going to go again above B and below B. And these 2 points, this point and this point, are now equidistant from this segment that I created by putting B at the center of. So this point of intersection, and B are all going to lie on the perpendicular bisector of the segment created by these points of intersection. So now, if I connect those 3 points, I am going to get a line that is perpendicular to AB. At this point, I'm almost done, okay? So I can now go ahead and measure with my compass the length of AB. Okay, so I'm going to open my compass to exactly that length, and I'm going to take, I'm just going to make sure that's right, I'm going to copy that distance here, so I'm making that one side of my square that's exactly the same length as AB, and I'm going to do the same thing on this other segment. I'm going to copy that length that is AB up here. So these points of intersection, right, are going to be the vertices of my square. So right now what I have is the segment and the segment are congruent, and the segment is also congruent. And if I connect these 2 points, I will get my square. All right, so there is one strategy to construct a square. I hope you enjoyed this construction video. Make sure you keep practicing. The more you practice, the better you'll get.